So, check this out, people. If you hear any noise in the background, they're doing construction, so please excuse me for that. Now, we're going to talk about a few things tonight, right? We're going to talk about GME, AMC, DJT, Bitcoin, and crypto, right? Last week, I made a video saying that if Donald Trump, 2 weeks ago, I made a video saying that if Donald Trump becomes president, Bitcoin would hit 75,000 or more. Now, over the weekend, Bitcoin hit it hit $81,000. Bitcoin. Dogecoin or Dogecoin or Dogecoin, whatever you want to call it, or 0.30, right? Shiba Inu is up. All of crypto is up, right? And that's all because, for anyone who follows the news, they know that Donald Trump has been trying to fuse Bitcoin with the American dollar, right? He's always been talking about investing in Bitcoin, right? And so now that he's president, people are FOMOing into Bitcoin. And when Bitcoin goes up, all crypto tends to follow. And so that's what people are seeing today. Now, it's not just Bitcoin and crypto that is spiking, but the market in general. Just the other day, a friend of mine calls me. He texted me. He says, "What do you think I should put my money into? What stock do you think I should buy into?" And I said to him, "Bro, right now it's not a good time to buy. It's not a good time to buy because the stock market is up. And you don't want to buy high and sell low. Unfortunately, if you didn't jump in before Donald Trump became president, this is not the time to buy in. I'd rather, my friend, not make money in the market than to lose money in the market. Because just like a balloon, if you blow too much air in it, it's only a matter of time before that balloon pops. And right now, the stock market is a balloon that's filling up really, really fast. And so, if you didn't jump in before Donald Trump became president, unfortunately, I don't recommend you jumping now because you will lose money. Eventually, the market is going to correct itself, it's going to adjust, it's going to balance out, and when it does, all of these spikes you see are going to drop. And if you buy in at the top, then you're going to lose. And so better that you don't make money than you lose money. And that's just my advice to anyone who watches me and follows me. Do not FOMO into these plays. That's how you lose money. Don't chase stocks. If you chase a stock, once it's gone up 30% or more, the odds are that you will lose. And so if you buy into stocks that are growth stocks that pay dividends, then it doesn't matter when you buy. As long as you're buying and holding long term for the future. But if you're trying to make a quick buck and you think that these stocks, GME, AMC, DJT, and all of these other crypto stocks are going to the moon, and that's why you're FOMOing in, you're going to lose your house. You're going to lose your car. You're going to lose your college tuitions. You're going to lose your family's money. You're going to lose your family because you're watching YouTube and you're listening to these idiots who are talking about DJT is going to go to the moon. We already know that because GME is up $2 or $3. People are making videos saying, "I told you so. I told you so." You're going to see Donahue George talking shit like he always does. You're going to see this little boy who lives with his mother, Mikey's Money. Excuse the noise again, they're doing construction. You're going to see Mikey's Money talking about, "I told you so." GME is squeezing. You're going to see New York Angelo saying the same thing. You're going to see lottery stocks. You're going to see all of these scumbags coming out of the woodworks pretending that these stocks that they've been lying to you about are going to the moon or are going to squeeze. The fact is that the whole market is spiking. The whole market is spiking. And if you jump in now, the odds are that you will lose, because it's only a matter of time before the market corrects itself and it starts to come down and normalize, because everything right now is overvalued, everything. And so if you want to play the odds to jump into a stock that's already up 30%, by all means, lose your money. Do what you will. But my advice to those who watch me and who follow me, don't believe the hype. Don't be taken advantage of by these scumbags who go on YouTube telling you that the balance sheets say this about GME, that GME is profitable, that it's going to the moon, that it's going to squeeze. Every single day they say the same bullshit, the same nonsense. GME spikes after market, pre-market, and when the market opens, everybody starts to sell and the stock tanks. This is a classic pump and dump with all of these bullshit stocks. All of them. DJT is not going to the moon. It's not going to MOAS. GME is not going to MOAS. AMC is not going to MOAS. Bitcoin's not going to MOAS. It may go up because stocks go up and stocks go down. They go up and down. And so if you're going to buy into something that goes up and down, buy into something that actually pays you to keep your money in there so that you don't lose money. But if you're going to buy into GME, for example, a stock that goes up but mostly down, and it doesn't pay you dividends, then all you're doing is throwing your money away. I don't care what anybody says about the balance sheets, about the books. So you have to open your mind and open your eyes to how the market works. I made 900% on a call that I sold a week ago, right at the top before DJT tanked. Thank God I hit it right. Thank God I'm constantly watching the market. I don't work. I'm retired. I have plenty of time on my hands. If you got a full-time job, let that be your investment, your job. If you got a full-time job, let that be what you put your time, your effort into, rather than thinking that you're going to become rich by buying into meme stocks that are just not worth a dime. They're not worth it. All of these stocks spike and tank the very next day because people FOMO in, and those that are telling you that the stock is going to the moon end up selling behind your back. And this is a classic example of how GME goes up and then the next day it tanks. All you need to do is see how it works. All you need to do is follow the patterns. If you didn't learn the first time, the second or the third time, you're never going to learn, ever. Because you got people who have been holding this stock for over 4 years and who bought in at $200-$300 a share. Idiots. Because they believe YouTubers who are everyday people who wipe their ass just like you do, who breathe the same air you do, who go to sleep and wake up just like you, who pretend like they have an insider's information that you and I don't have. All you have to do is watch the market, watch the graphs, see how these patterns work, see how these numbers are constantly going up and are constantly going down. There's no such thing as a MOAS, people. There's no such thing. Stocks squeeze every single day. Not just GME, not just AMC, not just Mahua, not just Bitcoin, not just Dogecoin, but plenty of stocks that squeeze constantly every single day. But because you're stuck on stupid, you're stuck on AMC and GME, you fail to see all of these other stocks that are spiking and squeezing right beside you every day. They have you deceived, making you believe that the only stocks that are shorted are AMC and GME, that the only stocks that are going to the moon are AMC and GME, that nothing else around you is profitable or is worth investing into. That's what they got you believing. as if though there aren't millions of Americans who are in the market and who are holding shares for years that they've been invested in and have a retirement fund waiting for them when they reach age or retirement. And here you are believing the stupidity and the nonsense that these idiots, these scumbags, keep selling you on YouTube about AMC, GME, and now DJT is the new MOAS. Every day is something new. The same people who were pumping AMC 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, just last year, as soon as GME started to have these spikes and these small runs, they jumped off the AMC bandwagon and jumped onto the GME bandwagon. Now you see Mikey's Money, this little boy who lives with his mother, who constantly pumped AMC. That was it. When GME was the new trend, he moved away from AMC and jumped into the GME train. And you barely hear these people talking about AMC. You barely hear Donahue George do the same, because Donahue George is one of the biggest AMC pumpers. And now you barely hear him talk about AMC. It's now GME. That's his new buddy. And this is how you know that these scumbags are lying to you. Because when things don't work out their way, they distract you by putting some other bullshit in front of your face. And so you have to be aware of how the market works. You have to be aware that this is a game. This is a game of who holds the longest versus who sells first. Who sells the fastest. And who sells first? The very same people who are telling you to hold, to diamond hand, that these stocks are going to the moon. These are the very same people who end up selling behind your back. Just ask Trace Trades, Review Dork, TMI, and the other two guys who are part of the Kansas Five, who are telling you to hold to the moon. They sold and became rich. They sold and became rich. While today you're still holding at a 90% loss, talking about I'm never going to sell. You're never going to sell because you can't sell. You're never going to sell because you put in $30,000 and now you have $30 in that account. So who's going to sell? What are you going to do with $30? You need an extra $2 just to spend that $30 at McDonald's. So why would you sell? Making people believe that you're holding to the moon because you're diamond hands. You ain't diamond handing. You got no choice but to hold. You're a loser. You lost. You lost because you followed scumbags who scammed you, who lied to you, and who continue to lie to you, because the same people who became rich on AMC are pumping other stocks today. And they don't get rich or make money off of the new stocks they're pumping. They get rich off of those who pay them their Patreons, who give them the membership monies, and who donate to their channels, while telling you that they're making money through the market. They ain't making money through the market. The Kansas Five already made their money from AMC. Now they continue to make their money from you. See, where I come from, we say there's a sucker born every minute. And unfortunately, we keep seeing new suckers jump into this AMC GME game, and now DJT. And there are other plays that if you just go on to YouTube and type in the word "what stocks are squeezing," you're going to see all kinds of bullshit and all kinds of nonsense. And if you're not careful, you will lose your money, people. These stocks, including DJT, are stocks that you don't hold long term. You want to hold long term? Buy stocks, jump into stocks that pay you to keep your money in them, that pay dividends. Stocks that are guarantee you money so that when you retire, you have a nice nest egg waiting for you. Don't buy into stocks that simply go up and down. Don't buy in at the top and then sell at the bottom the way the majority of novice investors do, because they have no idea what they're doing. They buy because they FOMO in after a stock goes up some 30%. and then the very next day the stock tanks. So in the end, people, train yourselves, educate yourself. Don't believe the hype. Those same people who are telling you that these stocks will MOAS are going to sell behind your back, and they're going to take your money. So in the end, people, get your money.